So, according to the Forbes article, millennials network differently than parents did. And so, three of the rules or basic guidelines we were given to help network in this section was going to networking events, don't multitask in a conversation, and be brief within a conversation. And these are three of the guidelines that I would like to challenge or change because millennials network differently than parents do, and this doesn't reflect the way that most benefits how millennials would network. So first, multitasking. So it's originally being said that you want to be very present in the conversation that you are in, and that still remains true, but it may be different with multitasking. So in the article, the Forbes article, it says that a lot of older millennials are moms and or parents. And so one of the best ways people could multitask and network at the same time is by creating play dates for their children. So having them over at the same time allows you're going to be multitasking because you're going to be paying attention and playing with your children, but you're also going to be interacting with the other parent and getting to know them on a personal level. That's going to help that relationship further and create a personal bond. Another aspect of this could be working out together. So instead of going to the golf course to play golf or play tennis, some of the other sports that would be used to network, just going out to the gym and doing turbo kick or some other type of class together helps you talk and communicate and develop those deeper relationships. Second, going to networking events. Christopher in his TED Talk talks about how you should go to a networking event and the different types of groups that you would see and how you should interact with them. And while the different type of groups and how you should interact with them is still very important, it's the aspect of millennials going to networking events that isn't quite true anymore. So according to the Forbes article, millennials don't want to go to the traditional ways of networking, which would be going to a networking event. Instead, we would much rather, have a dinner at someone's house and drink wine and just get to know them on a personal level, create those professional bonds, but you're doing it in a way that isn't so forced. You're having a casual conversation over dinner and allows everyone to get to know each other and be brief, but it's in a different atmosphere and you are still networking. And finally, being brief. Celeste talks in her TED Talk that being brief because you want to be more interested in what the other people have to say. And while sometimes that may be true, millennials value deep relationships, which further their career over more superficial professional connections, which means that millennials are going to be looking for those deeper relationships to create those deep relationships in the professional world. So that means that you can't be brief because no one's ever going to give you something deep back or even develop a deep relationship if you aren't both contributing equally to the conversation. And you can't do that by being brief. So you're going to have to give more of yourself to get back more from the other person and create the deep relationships that millennials are looking for. So these three aspects, going to the networking events, don't multitask, and be brief, are no longer relevant to how millennials multitask.